Hey guys, Frightener22 here, and welcome back to my July 27 DVD and Blu-ray update. I know it's been just about a month since the last update. I've just been getting piles and piles of stuff in, and got some cool news for you guys. I'm actually going to be starting to write written reviews for avmaniacs.com, probably within the next, week, 2 weeks, give or take, but yeah, I just recently got signed on as a reviewer over there, so I'll be, reviewing upcoming DVDs and Blu-rays, maybe some past releases that came out a few weeks back that haven't been getting major write-ups, so I might be doing some things, just from the last few weeks, just to play a little catch-up on some stuff. But yeah, pretty exciting news. So avmaniacs.com, new movie reviewer, me. So that's what's going to be, going on. I'm of course going to keep maintaining my YouTube channel with, DVD and Blu-ray updates as usual, but over there you might get some more detailed, in-depth reviews on certain releases than I can give on my YouTube channel. And that said, I have a ridiculously big pile of stuff to show you guys, so I really do not want to beat around the bush too much, so let's go ahead and get right into this July 27th DVD and Blu-ray update. First one up is a Blu-ray that's only released exclusively through MichaelJackson.com, and it is the great, terrific, wonderfully well-made Bad 25. This is a great documentary. It's actually a Spike Lee joint. Spike Lee directed this phenomenal documentary about all of the work and history of Michael Jackson's incredible follow-up to his Thriller album, Bad, from 1987. As you guys know, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. He is my favorite artist, a personal hero of mine. Loved everything that the guy did creatively. And this was a real big thrill for me when I saw it last Thanksgiving, actually. It aired on ABC, but that was an edited version, kind of, a shortened version, if you will. It was only 90 minutes, whereas the actual true cut was, about 2.5 hours. And it's a really great documentary. It's definitely much more fleshed out than what you saw on ABC last November, so I was patiently waiting for the release to come, and it finally did. So, like I said, you can only get this exclusively through MichaelJackson.com, but it is well worth the price. I mean, it's a phenomenal look at a stellar album such as Bad, all of the hard work and dedication and passion that went into that album, speaking with people that worked on him, such as, people that worked with him in the studio, producers, Quincy Jones, people that were on the tour with him and what have you. Phenomenal tour, too. I mean, the Bad album was definitely Michael Jackson at his, hands-all peak, in his whole long career. So this is a terrific documentary. If you guys are a fan of Spike Lee's work, big Michael Jackson fan, this is one that cannot be missed. It's terrific. Next one I got is actually from, of course, my favorite company. Sorry, guys, I keep moving around just to make sure I'm in frame here. But the next Blu-ray release that I'm going to show you guys is from my favorite company, Shout Factory, and this is actually the Kentucky Fried movie. I had never actually seen this movie before, but I know it was a big, it kind of start the whole spoof thing, the whole spoof movie in a big way. I know it definitely jump-started the careers of, the Zucker brothers. This is actually directed by John Landis, who's, a phenomenal comedy director, and of course has directed some great things like An American Werewolf in London. This was actually a pretty fun movie. For never seeing it, missing out on it for many years, it just always avoided me for some reason or another. I actually enjoyed this a lot. I thought it was really fun, really goofy, silly, kind of slapsticky stuff. So if you're into that sort of thing, 70s cinema, this is definitely a cool movie to check out. Video and audio presentation is pretty good for the most part. This is a film that is pretty old, and definitely the budget that they were working on was not, millions and millions. So the film stock probably couldn't have been anything magnificent. So, Shout does what they can with this, but it looks really good for the most part. Like I said, it's an older film. It definitely wasn't, probably maintained or shot on the best materials, but it definitely looks the best that it's ever going to look. So if you're into this kind of stuff, definitely check out the Kentucky Fried movie. Next one I got, actually the next two were blind buys, and this is a recent horror ghost flick called The Awakening. Like I said, I never saw it, but it's got Rebecca Hall, Dominic West, and Imelda Staunton in it. Just looked like something up my alley, a cool, subtle, gothic ghost story. I hope that's kind of what this is, because based on what I read on it, and, the look of the cover art, and, other things that I'd seen, I think I saw a few clips from this movie, kind of seemed like that, so I figured I wanted to, take a chance on it and pick it up, so The Awakening. The next one I got is actually a relatively recent remake that I just missed in theaters. I love the original, but I did want to check this remake out because I did hear some pretty decent things about it, and this is the Straw Dogs remake. This one had James Marsden and Kate Bosworth in it, but yeah, I actually heard some pretty decent things about this, so I'm excited to check this one out. I scooped it up for like less than $10, so I thought that that was well worth the price for a blind buy. So yeah, see what it does for me. I'm actually going to move in a little closer so that you guys can get a better view of the cover art, because I think I'm kind of developing a little bit of a glare. The next one I got is actually from Scorpion Releasing, and this is kind of a film from the 90s, bit of like an erotic thriller, kind of like a Skinamax movie, if you will, and this is Irresistible Impulse. Yeah, don't know a whole lot about it, but this is definitely something a little different, for Scorpion at least, so I love supporting their efforts. I love that company. They're also another one of my favorite DVD distributors, so I wanted to pick this one up to support the company, but yeah, seems that like definitely something, some new territory for them, so I'm excited to cut into this and see what this is all about. Just going to move the camera a little bit more for you guys, because again, I don't think that you guys are getting the best shot of these cover arts. The next one I got, again, is from Shout Factory, and this is the final season of the Nickelodeon classic show, Hey Dude. You know, if you're a kid that grew up in the 90s like I did, you watched things like Salute Your Shorts, Are You Afraid of the Dark, and Hey Dude religiously, so I'm just overjoyed that Shout Factory was finally able to finish the final season of this, so we have the entire run of the show on DVD after many, many years of asking and begging Nickelodeon. Shout Factory came to the rescue and put this show out in its entirety, so definitely check this one out. This is a Shout Select release, which means you can only get it exclusively through ShoutFactory.com, so definitely scoop it up if you're a 90s fan and want to finish your Hey Dude collection. Next one I got is actually an independent effort. It's an older film, but it's independently released by, I guess, the director of the film. There's a whole website, I think it's Hauntedween.com. I'm not 100% sure, but do a Google search. I'm sure you'll find it pretty easily. But this is actually the 20th anniversary edition of Hauntedween. This is a film that I've read about, I think, in books, you know, just kind of in passing. You know, it kind of gets brought up when I'm, you know, talking with people at conventions and stuff. I'm sure it's been bootlegged to hell, but this is actually a legitimately pressed release from the director, producers of the film. So I visited their website, totally checks out, it's legit. This is a pressed disc, and you know, this definitely just seems like a film that's up my alley. I believe it was made in 1991, kind of like a haunted, Halloween-y slasher film from back then. So anything from that, you know, the 80s, you know, 70s, 80s, 90s horror that, you know, has just always avoided some sort of legitimate release and then gets one, I really like to support those efforts because I love kind of building and expanding my collection in that genre. So if you are a fan of this film, I'll give you a shot in the back. If you guys are a fan of this film or know anything about it, this is definitely the release to pick up. Don't waste your money on any you know, bootleg releases that other, you know, shady sites might be selling. This is a legitimately press release from the makers of the film, so scoop it up. Next one I got is another bit of an independent release, if you will. This is actually being put out by Retrovision Entertainment, and this is the Enzo G. Castellari film that stars Vic Morrow. This is The Last Shark. This is a bit of like an Italian Jaws ripoff at the time. It was pretty big at the time in the wake of Jaws' success, so there was a lot of, you know, people trying to cash in on the success of that with other cheap shark knockoffs, but apparently this is one of the better ones. I mean, you have Vic Morrow in it, which definitely gives it a little bit of weight. But yeah, I've heard this is actually pretty decent, so for, you know, an upcoming independent company to, you know, lock this down and get it, this is well worth it. I think that this is actually being released in a limited edition fashion of maybe only 500 copies. I'm not certain on that, but I feel when I bought this, I think it did say that on the website that this was a limited edition. But like I said, this is Retrovision Entertainment, so definitely, you know, do a Google search, go on their website, and buy it exclusively through them as well. Next one I got is from Shout Factory, and this is a Blu-ray DVD combo collector's edition of Mel Brooks' classic, The Producers. What great cover art on that, right? That just looks terrific. And actually, on the inside, you have the Blu-ray and DVD, but you also get a reversible cover. And I'll remove the Blu-ray just to kind of give you guys a peek of that. Hope you guys can get a good look at that. But yeah, that's the reversible art on the inside. I think that may have been the original one-sheet poster, what have you, but I'm actually going to stick with the cover that's on there because I just think that's beautifully done. I just think it's a remarkable painting, so I'm definitely going to keep this. But, you know, one of Mel Brooks' classic films, you get a slew of special features on here. You get a Making of the Producers documentary, Mel and His Movies, the Producers Featurette, the theatrical trailer, sketch gallery, deleted scene, and much more. So this is just a great, great collector's edition. Shout's been doing some great work with Mel Brooks this past year, putting out a nice big box set of a lot of, you know, his rare comedy appearances, his stand-ups, you know, just a really, really cool, comprehensive set. They put this out, and I think they have a few other things that they've put out throughout the year, so great collaboration for Shout Factory and Mel Brooks, you know, for a ton of his stuff to get some, you know, pristine treatment, so definitely scoop up this collector's edition of The Producers. This seems to be the definitive release of this film. Next one I got is one that's being talked about quite a lot lately, and this is the Blu-ray release of Harmony Korine's Spring Breakers. This stars James Franco, Selena Gomez, Vanessa Hudgens, as well as Ashley Benson and Rachel Corrine, Harmony's wife. This has been getting a lot of buzz ever since its release. It was an indie film dealing with James Franco. He's a bit of a hustler, drug runner, gun runner, living in, you know, Florida, and a bunch of, you know, 4 college girls that have no money, they have nothing to do on their spring break while they're off from college, so they end up robbing a store to get some quick cash, and they steal a car and head down to Florida to kind of take part in all of the numerous spring break festivities that are there for college kids. It doesn't take long before, you know, the girls to cross paths with James Franco's character, and then just a lot of chaos ensues from that relationship. It's a very toxic relationship, I'll just leave it at that. But, yeah, this film was really well done, I thought. I really like Harmony Korine. I think he's a fantastic writer. He wrote such things as Kids and Gummo. He directed Gummo. But, yeah, this is definitely a project that gave him a lot more A-list talent attracted to it, so there's a very big difference in that, whereas a lot of the other films that he worked on were, you know, just as great and remarkable. They used kind of everyday people, you know, non-actors, you know, just average kids getting thrown into a movie environment. But this was definitely one, you know, one where you're working with really A-list Hollywood talent. But it was a pretty good movie. I will say that I think I enjoyed it. Maybe a little less than some people did, but I know there's even some people that just outright hated it, but I didn't hate it. I thought that it was actually really well done. The crowning jewel of this is, hands down, James Franco. I mean, he just disappears into this character named Alien. He is just phenomenal. I mean, he was just remarkable, and he was the best thing about this film. I really believe that. And the music in this film is just terrific. I mean, it plays a character in the film in and of itself. You know, Harmony Korine kind of blends, you know, a techno, freestyle dance music into this that just really takes, you know, the whole tone of the movie in so many different directions, and you just get so caught up in it that I loved it. The soundtrack was just so great, and, you know, the audio presentation on this Blu-ray just really kicks it into high gear, so it's really good. You get a ton of special features on here, including a deleted scene and outtakes, breaking it down, Spring Breakers, three-part featurette, which I watched in its entirety, which is actually a really, really great look at the whole process of making this film from the beginning to the end. I really, really highly suggest checking that featurette out. Even if you didn't like the film, it's a really good crash course in what it takes to make independent productions, and, you know, specifically the work that got put into this. You really have Harmony Korine's, you know, insight on everything, every step of the way, from, you know, the cameras, the cinematography, the music, casting, all that. It's a really good featurette. And, there's another featurette, Harmony's Ear Candy, a deeper look at the music score, which, you know, is what it is. Vice featurettes, the ATL Twin Zone, the Redneck Riviera, Dirt Tona Beach, and there's, of course, also an audio commentary with Harmony Korine, which is great. You have the theatrical trailer and TV spots, so you pretty much got it all in this package. It's a great Blu-ray to pick up. Looks and sounds terrific. Movie was pretty damn good, and, yeah, just awesome in the extras department, so definitely check this one out. Next one I got is from Shout Factory. This is a show that I haven't even watched yet, but I keep seeing little clips of it, so I've been picking it up as it's been released, because it looks definitely up my alley, and I'm happy, you know, I'm just a big cartoon junkie, so I picked up Kaijudo, Rise of the Duel Masters, Dragonstrike. Looks pretty cool, kind of like a, you know, martial artsy with monsters and stuff. Just seems like a, you know, a hybrid of a few different things that I like, so it's cool to see shows like this, but, yeah, I'm excited to check it out. Next one I got, again, from Shout Factory. Being a big Transformers fan, I pick up any Transformers show, so this is the latest one. It's definitely more kid-friendly, but I'm excited to have it and continue collecting it. This is Transformers Rescue Bots Energize. I haven't actually watched Rescue Bots yet, and they're kind of releasing them in smaller releases, like 5 episodes a disc, but, you know, that's fine with me. Like I said, I'm a big Transformers fan, just happy to pick up any new version of the show, or any new, you know, kind of show that they're doing that involves Transformers. So like I said, I love the Transformers, and this one was an easy pickup to add to the collection, so check it out if you like Transformers. Next one I got is a film that I believe has just been recalled, because I think that there may have been a bit of a rights issue between Code Red DVD and Retro Media. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what happened. Code Red, I think, had the rights, and Retro Media, I don't think, did it. So I scooped this up before it really disappears and starts fetching high prices, because the features on this are supposed to be really good, and this is Wonder Woman. It just seems like, you know, a 70s kind of kung fu flick with, you know, a bunch of chicks, which, you know, kind of Charlie's Angels-esque almost. But there's a lot of special features on here, like a director commentary, on-set Super 8 home movies, radio spot, TV spots, theatrical trailer, still gallery, and exclusive scenes from the sequel Warrior Women, as well as a video interview with the stuntmen, and missing European scenes. So this is a pretty beefed-out edition, so for it to get recalled after all that was added into it is a bit of a shame, but, you know, rights issues are rights issues, so if you can manage to get this for a decent price, I would probably pick it up just for, you know, special features alone, so take that for what it is. Next one I got is from Shout Factory, and this is the 4 Sci-Fi Movie Marathon 2-disc set, and this comes with 4 films over 2 discs. It has Arena, Eliminators, America 3000, and The Time Guardian. I really like these sets that they're putting out. They released an action set some time ago with Eye of the Tiger and Exterminator 2. They're doing, Scream Factory is going to be putting out 2 volumes that we know of right now. But I really like these. I think that it's a great way to kind of get some lesser-known movies that cult fans love, but probably wouldn't move, you know, as many units on their own. So it's cool to kind of double them up, you know, get, you know, a lot more bang for your buck as a collector and, you know, a movie buyer. So I think that these are really good. It's just a great way to get a lot of these films that have just been bootlegged to hell. You can only get them on VHS or something, and, you know, it's a great way to get pressed, legitimate releases of a lot of these films. So pretty cool stuff. Next one I got is from Vinegar Syndrome, and this is a part of their drive-in collection, and this is the Vixens of Kung Fu and Oriental Blue. All I can say is watch the trailer for this release on Vinegar Syndrome's website. If that doesn't seal the deal for you to buy this, I don't know what's wrong with you, because these films look fucking crazy, so definitely check them out. Next one I got is, again, from Scorpion Releasing, and this was a pretty unusual one, so of course I had to buy it, because it just seemed pretty cool. And it's a bit of an, I just like the tagline on it. It says, "Creating an erotic masterpiece can be murder." This is Dark Side of Genius. It just looks really out there. This actually has a reversible cover art that I think this came with it. I'm not sure. I think this is the international art. I'm not sure. I know one side of the artworks is the original US artwork that I think was maybe found on the VHSs, but I'm not sure, but this is the title, or this is the cover that I stuck with. I just kind of like the look of this one. I think it was a little creepier. But yeah, it seems really cool. You get some features on this. You can watch this with the Katarina's Nightmare Theater intro or not. This is coming from a brand new widescreen transfer. There's an on-camera interview with star Finola Hughes, as well as an on-camera interview with star Brent David Fraser. So pretty cool to get some features on this for kind of like a lesser-known film. So yeah, definitely pick this up and support Scorpion releasing titles. Next one I got is, again, from Vinegar Syndrome, and this is their latest Blu-ray release, and this is Punk Vacation. You guys know me, I'm a big fan of punks, you know, punks in cinema. I'm just a sucker for that. That's just eye candy that I love. So if you tell me, oh yeah, this film's pretty cool, it's got some motorcycles, some death, there's punks, I'm like, I want it, I want to buy it, I want it on my shelf yesterday. So once I heard this, I was like, wow, Punk Vacation. I saw this cover art, I saw the trailer, I was like, it's pre-ordered, like it's bought, it's in my collection already. So, yeah, this seems awesome. Definitely looking forward to cutting into this one. There's some cool extra features. This is actually a Blu-ray DVD combo, and you actually get a whole bonus feature film on the DVD, which is great. It's from the director of Punk Vacation, and the bonus feature film is Nomad Riders. I think it's a bit of like a punk film, too, so 2 punk films for the price of one is pretty awesome, so I'm really excited to check this film out. But yeah, if you guys like what Vinegar Syndrome has been doing lately, they're a terrific company. Please, please, I beg you, support their company. It's always great to have more cult labels out on the circuit putting out, you know, forgotten films and great, great editions and packaging like this, so definitely support these guys. Next one I got is another one of my favorite DVD companies, Synapse, and this is their Blu-ray DVD combo pack from their Hammer horror collection, Hands of the Ripper. Oh, God. How long have I been waiting for another dose of Hammer horror from Synapse? A while, but well worth it. This is another great, stellar release from their Hammer horror line. Hands of the Ripper, you get terrific special features. You get The Devil's Bloody Plaything Possessed by Hands of the Ripper featurette, Slaughter of Innocence, The Evolution of Hammer Gore. It's a motion still gallery. You get the U.S. television introduction, original theatrical trailer and TV spots, Hands of the Ripper motion still gallery, and an isolated music and effects track on the Blu-ray only. Just awesome. It's really cool. They also give you reversible cover art on this, and I'll give you guys a sneak peek of that once I take the Blu-ray out. You guys can make that out without the glare, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And of course, you get a catalog for other Synapse releases that are out and coming out in the next year. But yeah, this is just awesome. If you guys are Hammer horror fans like myself, definitely scoop up Hands of the Ripper. You won't regret this one. Next one I got is just some, you know, some cheaper Blu-rays that fell, and I just wanted to pick them up to, you know, add them to the collection. First one is the classic Airplane. Always a good time. With summer, you need some disaster films, so I scooped up The Towering Inferno. Awesome. With the sequel coming out in September, I figured it was time to finally pick this up and watch it, because I never saw it, oddly enough. And this is Robert Rodriguez's Machete. Awesome. Another disaster film, The Poseidon Adventure. Great to have in the collection. Like I said, summertime's always a good time for some disaster flicks. And moving on to the next stack, this is one that I've been wanting for a really long time, and I'm really happy I scooped it up a few weeks ago. And this is Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids, the complete collection. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am to have this in my collection. Just phenomenal package job, very simplistic. You get everything in here. You get a big booklet of all the episodes, a really, you know, really cool liner notes, terrific special features. There's a whole big documentary. This had, you know, Bill Cosby's involvement on it, you know, all the way through. So it's a great set. I mean, if you love 70s cartoons and whatnot, you can say that but not have Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids in your collection. Shout Factory did a terrific job on this, so definitely scoop this one up. I know the price might be a little pricey, but it's worth it. I mean, this is a great, great, you know, complete set to have if you're an, you know, animation junkie like I am. Next one I got is another television show that I wanted to scoop up because I remember watching this all the time on Nick Jr., and this is the complete original series of David the Gnome. Do you guys remember this show? I mean, I used to watch it on Nick Jr. all the time. It's about the gnomes, the way they kiss as they, like, touch their noses together. David's actually voiced by Tom Bosley from, he played Mr. Cunningham in Happy Days. I loved this show, and when I found out that this was out, I found this out a few months ago, and I kept passing it off, and I'm like, you know, it always happens to me when I pass stuff up long enough, and I'm ready to buy it, it's out of print, and it's fetching crazy prices, so I was like, I don't want this one to get away from me, so I scooped it up so that I don't have that problem later on down the road. So if you guys remember this and you're feeling a little nostalgic, definitely scoop this up. This is a cool show to have the complete series of out on DVD, so definitely pick it up if you're feeling a little nostalgic for your 90s childhood. The next batch is another blind buy that just hit pretty cheap and I wanted to check out. This is Shark Night. Not really too sure how I feel about this one. I've heard some pretty shitty things, but I wanted to check it out for myself. Next one is, I loved the first one, and although I heard that this one was fucking horrible. I mean, really bad. I had to buy it anyway, because I loved the first one. I wanted to have the second one, so I bought The Last Exorcism Part 2. You know, people thought that that cover art was stupid and, like, kind of comical. I don't know why, because I thought it was kind of clever. It might be stupid, but I think it looks pretty cool. Like, she's possessed, so she's completely arched over, like, in the 2 shape. Like, I guess maybe that could be cheesy, but I don't know. Fuck you guys, I liked it. I thought it was cool. Next one I got, this is one that might surprise a lot of people, because this was out so, short, because I think there was a big, like, rights issue, but it got pulled really quickly after it got put out. But I scored this brand new. Brand freaking new for like $11, so I'm really happy to own this. And this is the exclusive limited edition. Literally it was, because it got pulled much sooner than it, you know, was ever meant to be. But this is Shrunken Heads. When I uploaded this on my Twitter account, a lot of people were like, I've only heard of this movie, and I've only ever heard of it that it may had come out. I didn't even know that it actually came out. That's how short of a window I think this was out before it had to get yanked, I think, for some sort of music issue or something. But yeah, this is the limited edition release of Shrunken Heads. This is Richard Elfman, Danny Elfman's brother. And I think maybe the reason that this was pulled was there is the bonus feature is there's a rare main title music by Danny Elfman. So that might have something to do with it, that maybe that music didn't get cleared by whoever had owned it. Maybe it was a bigger studio. I don't know, but I know that this thing does not pop up on eBay very often, if at all. I know I've never seen it, but I saw this one. This is definitely like the hidden gem as far as rare titles go in this update. So yeah, Shrunken Heads. Next one I got is a double feature from Shut Factory, and this is part of their Jackie Chan line, and this is Battle Creek Brawl and City Hunter. Always love a little Jackie Chan, especially his early stuff. Really killer. Next one I got is one that I really am excited to talk about. I thought it was fucking really well done. And this is a film by the Soska sisters. Hope I'm saying that right. This is Catherine Isabella in American Mary. Terrific film. This is really good. The only way to describe it, I wouldn't go as far to say it's horror. The best way to say it is that it's very Cronenberg. That's the best way to put it, because Cronenberg is just his own fucking beast. But yeah, it's very Cronenberg, and it's really well done. It is about Catherine Isabella, who is a med student, and after some unpleasant things take place in her life, she decides to indulge herself in the world of body modification. Really giving people body modification and body art. So she ends up supporting herself and kind of getting sucked into this world of people just always constantly trying to do things to their body in these really crazy ways. It's pretty amazing to see in this film, but it's really well done. The Soska sisters actually play roles in this, and I thought they were pretty good, actually. I thought they had a small, brief role, but I thought they were very good, very creepy. But yeah, I'm very excited. I hope to see much more from these sisters, because I thought that they did a phenomenal job on this. The acting was good, the directing was really tight, cinematography looked good. I mean, this was just a really, really good film. So if you guys have been hearing as good of things as I was hearing, they're all true, because I'm saying it now. But yeah, this was a killer film. This is definitely one of the bigger titles I would recommend to check out of this update, American Mary. Next few things I got were from Best Buy's Upgrade and Save program, and this one, $5. I had to pick this one up. Loved this growing up. I did a full-fledged review of this on my YouTube channel back in the day, but you guys can find it. And this is Macaulay Culkin and Christopher Lloyd in The Pagemaster. Such an underrated movie. So fucking underrated. I love this movie. I don't know why more people don't talk about it, but it's really good. Joe Johnston directed the live action scenes in this. He's, of course, gone on to direct Jumanji, Jurassic Park 3, Captain America, so big director, and he got his start, actually. His first film was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Awesome movie. Watched that shit constantly when I was a kid, but yeah, The Pagemaster is an awesome movie. It's a shame not as many people talk about it as I think they should, because I think it's well worth being talked about. It's a fun film. I took a chance on this one, although I heard not so great things about it, but it's Stallone. I figured, what the hell. And this is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Bullet to the Head. don't know, I was in the mood for something new and action-y, so I figured this was the best way to go. I didn't hear terrific things about it, but it's directed by Walter Hill, so I don't know how fucking terrible it could be, because Walter Hill's the man, so hopefully it's not as bad as people are saying. I'm really hopeful on that. And then, next two I got were some comedy flicks. I picked up The Jerk and Liar Liar. This is the first time it's been out on Blu-ray. I was pretty surprised at that. So, yeah, pick these up. I don't, as much as I love slipcovers, I don't really like these. I think that these are kind of tacky, the 1970s and best of the 1990s. I mean, you can take them off and, they have the normal poster art with no, cheesy banner around it there, but it's got the slipcover, so I'm obviously going to keep the slipcover on it. But yeah, these are just kind of like annoying, and they kind of take away from the poster arts already. So, but they're out on Blu-ray, so you can't complain too much, and you can get these for like less than $10 if you go to the upgrade and save. So check those out. And the next pile, final pile actually. Next one's from Synapse. Blue Underground is finally going to be putting out Blu-ray DVD combo packs of Maniac Cop 2 and 3, so scoop the original up from Synapse Films of the original Maniac Cop. Awesome film. Bruce Campbell, Tom Atkins, how can you go wrong? It's such a good movie. I love Maniac Cop. Next one is from Kino, and this is from the Mario Bava collection, and this is Boris Karloff in Black Sabbath. Awesome anthology. Look at that cover art. I just love that poster. I think it's awesome. So, another cool one to have to the Mario Bava collection. As you guys may or may not know, Barnes & Noble is doing their 50% off sale right now. I think it just got extended an extra week to like maybe the second week of August, so definitely going now. You can get, most of the titles for like $20, which is a pretty good steal for a Criterion's. So of course I went and picked up some. I picked up, this is one of the newest titles that came out, and this is Guillermo del Toro's film, The Devil's Backbone. I also scooped up Lord of the Flies, which has got a pretty comprehensive booklet inside, so yeah, some pretty cool Criterions to pick up during this sale. Scorpion Releasing just recently put out another one of those erotic thriller Skinamax films, similar to Irresistible Impulse, and this one's Improper Conduct, kind of like an erotic thriller, like I was just saying, but the special feature is this is actually the erotic unrated edition. So yeah, this is from 1994, from the Vision Films library. So yeah, like I said, if you're a big fan of Scorpion films, you can pick this up. And they have a reversible cover art, which I'll show you guys there. Pretty cool. I kind of like the other one. I think it kind of sells the whole like erotic thriller angle a little better, and that's how it comes to you actually. Like if you don't switch it, this is the one that they actually ship it, with the plastic wrap over it. So I'm going to keep it on that one. I think that's a cooler cover art. Next one I got is I just actually went back to Best Buy the other day or day before, and I did the upgrade and save again, and I saw this, and I actually was always kind of intrigued with the trailers, but I missed it in theaters, and this is Danny Boyle's latest film, Trance. It's got James McAvoy in it, Rosario Dawson, and Vincent Cassel. So, yeah, this kind of had me interested. I know some people were kind of on the fence with it, but I figured it was worth doing a blind buy on. I normally like Danny Boyle's stuff, so I like all the players in this. Another blind buy that I did was the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. I never saw this film, but I know the sequel's coming out next month. So yeah, I just wanted to scoop it up. So it seems something up my alley, so hopefully it lives up to it. Next one I got, I've heard this is a piece of shit, but I remember seeing the trailers like 2 years ago, and I thought, that's kind of trippy, that's cool. It's, especially at this, time in his career, I respect this a lot. I think Coppola's kind of fed up with the studio system. He's been fed up with the studio system forever, so this is kind of cool where, he can go back to, his roots and do smaller independent films without the hassle of the studio system, so I respect that. I think that's really cool, so I'm happy to support things like this, and this is his latest effort, Twixt. This stars Val Kilmer, Elle Fanning, and Bruce Dern, so it's kind of like a horror-esque film, so yeah, it seems pretty cool. You can get this for $10 with the Upgrade and Save program, so if you're interested and you're a Coppola fan, check it out. Other one I picked up, being a big Batman fan, especially animated Batman, I had to scoop this one up because it hit Blu-ray not too long ago, so I had to scoop it up because it dropped to like $9 this week, and this is Batman, Mystery of the Batwoman. I think this came out around the time of the 4th season of the animated series, so yeah, I think they have this, and they have the Batman Beyond movie out on Blu-ray so far, so they still need to put out Mask of the Phantasm and Sub-Zero on Blu-ray. Maybe one other one, I'm not sure. That might be it, but yeah, Mystery of the Batwoman and Batman Beyond are the only ones out on Blu-ray right now. I went back to Barnes & Noble just yesterday, and I scooped this one up too, and this is Ang Lee's The Ice Storm. Really good movie, depressing, really well acted though, beautifully shot, as all of Ang Lee's films are, but yeah, this is a cool one. I really like the cover art on that one. And the final film for this update I just got in yesterday, and this is the Studio Canal Collection version of Carol Reed's The Third Man. Going back to Michael Jackson, just to bring this full circle, The Third Man was actually a huge, huge influence on the Smooth Criminal video. The shots, the lighting, a lot of that was totally inspired from The Third Man. If you watch the full version of Smooth Criminal, or, you know, furthermore, if you watch the Moonwalker movie, you'll see The Third Man all over that. So, yeah, big, big influence. So, I know Criterion had this out, but it's been out of print at just high prices. But Studio Canal put this out, I think, 2 years ago. Comes with a nice slipcover, as you can see. But yeah, this is a great, great film to have in the collection, so... Well, guys, that concludes my July 27th DVD and Blu-ray update. As always, thanks again for tuning in and watching. I know it was a while since the last update, so I do apologize for that. But definitely check out avmaniacs.com for upcoming movie reviews from me. I hope to, you know, get some reviews up relatively soon, so go there. There's a ton of great people reviewing stuff there, so if you're into cult cinema, horror, exploitation, all that stuff, ton of great reviewers over there reviewing things, so definitely check out the website if you're into that sort of stuff. I'll be there soon with some new reviews there, so check it out there. Thanks for tuning in, subscribing, and I'll see you guys in a future video. Later.